Good morning. I am just outside of Fedelsburg, Maryland. I am on the corner of Liberty Church Road and Liberty Road. I am standing in front of an old abandoned church. I think over the years, that has been called many things, but the locals always call this the Old Liberty Church. Uh, so I wanted to document this before one day it's gone and we'll have nothing to know what anyone's talking about when they refer to this. So I'm going to kind of give it a walk around here. Not sure what I can get to and not. I don't think this has been an active congregation in many years here. As you can see, it's in quite the disrepair. As you can see the peak there, it looked like somebody tried to do something at one time or another, and maybe they couldn't reach any higher with the ladder they had or whatnot. The sign actually has House of Prayer Christian Church. As I say, everybody knows this is Old Liberty Church. You can see it looked like they had a ramp here. At one time, a little small ramp. The bricks are still here, going out into the doors here. The old red doors, they're faded real bad. It's locked. Okay. You can see the stained glass a little bit there. Hopefully it's picking it up in the camera. And there's a far end down there. I don't know exactly what all that is. I'm going to scan out to the road here so you can kind of get a feel for where I'm at there. Liberty Church Road runs down right beside it here, and Liberty Road runs into the town there. 315 is actually what it's called. Everybody just calls it Liberty Road, that's the name of it. See the back of the sign there. Old brick sign there. A lot of disrepair. There's a board over the window here at one time or another. Going around the side here, you can see the stained glass windows there. They're still in. The outer covering looks like it's broke off most of these that protected it over the years. Hopefully the video is picking it up. You can see somebody really put a lot of time and effort into that. I can find very little on this church online. The information I'm going to give you, I gathered from some of the generations that went before me that are no longer with us, and they passed that on to me. So I wanted to share that for anybody ever interested in that. To my knowledge, what I've been given, you see the roof line there, it's in disrepair as well. This church was built somewhere around 1900 initially, give or take a few years, right around 1900. It came off an existing church. Don't know the church's name. It was a little bit farther up in town, going back towards Fedelsburg on Wright Road. There's a little small piece of Wright Road that comes off of Liberty Road, goes back out to the highway. Back in the 1800s, around the Civil War, there was a church built there. And as far as I know, that congregation, it was a very small building there. They built this around 1900 and moved into it. As I say, I'm giving you the information that it was given to me. I'm walking around the side here. You can see the stained glass. Look like they had a heater in there on the side. The venting is still there. Each of the stained glass, I just caught my attention. Each one's got a little different decoration on it as it goes up into that peak. Go around here. As I say, this hasn't had an active congregation in numerous years, probably 25 years, I would think, something at least. It's in very bad disrepair. Looks like there's been a few pieces added on long ago, because you can see the original structure there up in the tall peak there. It's in very bad disrepair, and this has been added on at some point along the line. Yeah, you can see the part, the older part. It's in very bad disrepair. It's even worse around here. Looks like there's a door open. You can see, yeah, it's in very bad shape. Just wanted to document this before it ends up disappearing and it's forgotten to history, just like the congregation that once gathered here. I'm sure this was a source of great pride and joy when they first started assembling here. But now it's long forgotten. You see the roof line from this side. There's stained glass there as well, but there's a lot of debris and things in there. I'm not going up in there. So there's a couple of stained glass. Looks like they had an air conditioned unit in there at one time. Yeah, it looks like the back door is open. That one's open too, but that part of the building looks like it's too dangerous to go in. I'd rather not do that. Let's see. See what we got here. Oh, it looks like an old office space or something as the door's open. Let's see, can I see? What does it look like in here? There's the sanctuary out there. I wonder why this is open. I don't know. Let me see if I can get in here. If it's not in too bad shape. Like an old office or something back here. Piques my curiosity is the sanctuaries and churches. Oh wow, look at this. This is amazing. There's still pews in here and everything. A little drop here, off here. I'm up here on by the platform. It comes in this way. You can see there's the air conditioning unit I had from the outside. Old heater here. Look at the stained glass. Wow. Look at that. That's amazing, the color in it still after all these years. Here's a stained glass. It's got some names on it, actually. I guess they were dedicated. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Let's see his name here. Reverend S.B. Treadway, D.D. I don't know what that stands for. And Reverend A.D. Dick. I'm not sure who they are. Part of this church's history. Forgotten. Here is an, I think this goes into that older part of the church that's really in bad shape. I'm not even going to go down there into them side. That building looked really bad there, I'm afraid. You can see the color. You still see the color in these pews. They were blue. Here's the front doors that were locked that I couldn't get in from the front. And stained glass. It has a dedication. It's E.H. Harper. Not sure who he is, but evidently was a very valuable part of this congregation at one time. You can see the disrepair. The ceiling is kind of caved in there. Like I say, I wanted to document this. I don't know how much longer this church will be here. It's sad that somebody took so much time and effort, the people in this area, to build this house of worship, and now it's in such disrepair. You see the stained glass I had from the outside a while ago. The color, you can really see it still. That's amazing. Oh, I don't want to miss that one. Look at that. I think the sun's kind of coming in on that a little bit. Can't quite see it as well. Another old heater we seen the venting a while ago. Looked like a piece of this stained glass. There's been a few pieces missing. Probably had some rocks through it through the years. Bottom just simply says Sunday school. There is I want to call it a picture. It's like a mirror of the Lord's Supper. The Last Supper, I should say. I'm sorry. Here's another stained glass. Let's see who this one is on the bottom. In memory of Charles Wright and Celie Wright. Now there is a Wright Road right up the street here, less than a mile. So maybe that was that named after them. I don't know. I don't know who they are. You can see the platform, and there's the door I came in a while ago. You see the altar here is still in place. That's probably the original altar. Just guessing. I was very fortunate that back door was open. Yeah, you see the pulpit here and the little platform. It even looks like a Bible up here. Let's see what we have here. Oh wow, look at that. It is turned to First Kings. Looks like they were going from chapter 1 to chapter 2 there. I don't know if I can get that in. That's amazing. They have a little bell here. That's pretty amazing. Ceiling fans. Here's behind the pulpit. For mine house shall be called a house of prayer. That one's empty on the end. I guess they have some chairs up here for the speakers. I just think this is just some old office. It's in rather bad shape. I don't really want to go in some of these areas. Stand back in the corner here, can get a look of the sanctuary itself from this angle. It's sad to see this in such disrepair. If somebody were to ever take this over, I can't imagine the money it would cost to fix this. I would think it would probably be cheaper to, unfortunately, tear it down and build something new. And from what the older generations that are no longer here had told me, I think that this property is deeded in such a way that nothing can ever be on this property but a church, if I remember correctly. Now, a little more to the history of this church that I was passed along to me. As I said, this church originally came from the congregation built this around 1900, and they came from up on the corner of Wright Road. There was a small building there that they used for a sanctuary. Around in the late 1920s, this church had a church split, and part of the congregation moved about a mile or so down the road. There is a church right on the Delaware line. It's in Maryland, has a Fredericksburg address. It's called New Liberty Wesleyan Church. That was the result of the church split of this church. That happened in the late 1920s. Now that church down the road, New Liberty Wesleyan Church, is still an active congregation. As I'm going out, you can see they had an organ here. It doesn't look like it's been used in many, many years. It's a little bit dark in here, so I'm hoping my video is picking up all this. All right, I think that is about all to show. I'm getting ready to go out this back door that was open. I'll see you next video, guys. Thanks.